Jackets win 3-2 in the shootout over the Florida Panthers. This was a much better game than the last game. It was kind of hard to be worse. I feel kind of bad for Corpy because it seems like this season in the first game Corpy plays really well. The team plays like crap in front of him and he manages to steal at least a point. And then I don't know if Torch talks to them or Felino talks to them or they just as a group go, we need to play better than that, and then they play better in front of Elvis. So it looks like Elvis is the better goalie, but they're both really good, and Corpy is stealing points for the team. And in this game, Elvis was really good, making some incredible saves. But if you just look at the wins-losses, it looks like Corpy isn't helping out and the team's losing because of Corpy, even though the team is just playing better on the second night for whatever reason. But this game also goes to a shootout, and Alexander Texier, I don't know where that came from. Torch needs to pit him in the first 3 of the shootout, not number 4, but we'll get to that later. Starting off first period, Jackets come out, and they're just are better. They're in the offensive zone more. They're taking more shots. Their passes are a little bit crisper. Elvis is making the saves when he has to, and the defense is helping him out when they need to. About 3 minutes left in the period. Puck's starting to come out of the zone, and Robinson gets it by Gudis, and he blows past him. So now it's a 2-on-1 with Robinson and Nash. And Nash heads to the front of the net, and Robinson tries to throw at the goalie. Makes the save. Robinson picks up the puck, goes behind the net, and Riley Nash is doing what he's supposed to. He's standing right there in front of the net. Everybody's starting to focus on Nash. Like, we got to move this guy out of the way. He's going to potentially get the tip. Robinson, as he circles the net, sees he has Mikko Koivu coming in, hits him on the tape. Koivu pits it past Drieger. Jackets lead 1-0. Mikko Koivu's first goal as a Blue Jacket. And I thought that was pretty nice work by the fourth line. They're not going to get out there a lot of the time when the Jackets need a goal. But if they can chip in offensively every now and then and get goals like this and start the team off the correct way, that can be a big momentum boost for the Jackets. And it'll also take some of the pressure off the guys like Borkstrand and Liney when he gets in, and Texier not always being relied on every single night. But we end the first period with the Jackets up 1-0. Come out for the second period, and the Florida Panthers push back a little bit. It's a little bit more open fair. The shots start to just open up, and people are just shooting the puck, and the goalies are making saves. About 3 minutes left again. Florida is in the offensive zone, but Texier has the puck and he's starting to leave the zone. And it kind of like bobbled on him, and he was trying to make a pass, but he didn't really do it. And Florida's able to pick it up. It's Anthony Duclair, and he heads towards the net. There's a little scramble, draw pass type stuff. And as Duclair's cutting in front of the net, his stick gets up. He hits Michael Del Zotto in the face. Del Zotto drops. Puck is free. Hagee pits in the back of the net, and the Florida Panthers tie it up at 1. Now, it's one of those things where Michael's got in the face, and he was clearly needing medical attention, but the players rule, blah, 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 blah. The ref, I don't think, knew Del Zotto, 1, got hit in the face, and 2, was even on the ice. And so he's looking this way. It happens over here. I don't think he sees it at all. So I don't really blame the ref too much on missing that call. But Florida ties it up at 1, and that's how we would head to the third period. Come out for the third period, and it's calmed down a little bit. It's not as open as the second period, but teams are still getting some of their chances. About 6 minutes in, the Jackets get a power play. The Jackets win the face-off. Max Domi sends it up to Zach Werenski. Zach Werenski walks in the middle a little bit. People start to separate out. Zach Werenski gets it back to Domi. Domi turns, fires it, lasers it past Drieger. It went in and out so fast. It looked like it hit the post. It went straight to Borkstrand, who was like, you know what? If that didn't go in, I'm powering it home just to be sure. He puts it past Drieger as well. So no matter what, if Domi's thing hit the post and it didn't go in, even though the ref called goal, Borkstrand made sure that was going to be a goal. But it went in. Domi gets the goal first as a Blue Jacket, and it was a power play goal 5 seconds into the power play. Every game so far this season, Domi has looked better each game, and so far this is his best game. I think I've said that every video. Domi's getting better every single game. He's starting to settle in with the players a little bit, starting to gel, get the system down, and this power play goal is a laser of a shot, and hopefully maybe Liney coming in because he's been super excited every interview I've seen with him since the trade's been announced. Hopefully he's now a little bit happier and just it takes off even more from here. About 6 minutes later, the Florida Panthers are in the offensive zone, and the Jackets end up breaking it up, and they try and clear it out, but Florida takes it back. They get to the point. Nudie sends over to Strowman. Strowman throws at the net. It hits Elvis, squeaks through, and Luosterainen is right there and shovels it home past Elvis, and the Florida Panthers tie it up. That's one of those ones where you want Elvis to clamp down a little bit and get the puck a little bit more, but it is Anton Strowman. He does have a really good shot, and he's been around the league for a while. His shots flew many goalies, so kind of sucks Elvis didn't get this one, but Florida ties it up. And for the rest of the period, teams would get some chances, but both goalies would stand tall. We would head to overtime. Go to overtime, and it's a little bit of a back and forth affair. Atkinson got a chance on a breakaway. Jones just stretched the entire zone. It was a 2-on-1. Atkinson goes down and shoots it. It beats Drieger and hits the post and goes right under Drieger. I'm like, of course it does. Both teams stand tall, and we're heading to the shootout again. Now, heading into the shootout, I'm like, oh gosh. So far, every time this season, the team that scores first loses. And the Jackets scored first in this game, so it's not looking good in the shootout. First 3 shooters for each team to go, none of them can score. Now it's Alexander Texier's turn. He goes down, cuts wide, starts to head in the zone, stick handles about 5 or 6 times, is on his backhand, takes his left hand off of his stick, drags it across like he's still stick handling with it. Drieger opens up just enough, he follows that hand enough that he opens up the 5-hole and Texier fire pokes it into the net. That's the best description so far I've heard on what he did. Just shovels it 5-hole, one hand through Drieger. And after he pulled off this ridiculous move to beat the goal, he's just like, okay, yeah, I scored. Woo, good job. Go Jackets. Like, you're not celebrating at all? No emotion after pulling off one of the best shootout moves I've seen in a while. Now, all that needs to happen is Elvis needs to stop the puck. Patrick Hornquist comes down, tries something, Elvis stops it, and the Jackets win 3-2 in the shootout. So hopefully the Jackets can continue this type of pressure up against Chicago and just keep up the pressure on them. They played really good in this game, so hopefully they do the same against Chicago. The power play looks like it's starting to work, hopefully. I don't know. That Domi shot was great, and hopefully they can build off the Domi shot and not the other stuff that's happened for the past 4 years. The Jackets have Line coming in. Everything that's happened previous Line, take and throw it in the trash. Jackets power play should start new. New confidence, new everything from here on out. So starting with this Domi goal, build off of it. Jackets should be fun. But that'll do it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like and subscribe, all that fun stuff. And until next time when the Jackets play the Chicago Blackhawks, I will see you later.